Hey y'all, it's Alexis from Ask Alexis here. And I just finished working out. But guess what, y'all? I worked out on my own because my personal trainer canceled on me. And you see this? That is sweat, right? Like I did some things today, which is yeah, I mean, that might not be a big deal for none of y'all, but it's a big deal for me because I don't be liking that shit. But I put on my music. I tried out the resistance bands. They help hold my knees in place. And so it actually feels good to have done it on my own. Because when he called it cancel, I was like, all right, I'm gonna just sleep in. And then of course, because I'm in the habit of getting up, my body was like, nah, boo, no, you're not. But let me tell you what the download was that came to me while I was working out. So, y'all know I'm personal transformation coach, anti-racism educator. I got the upcoming Actively Authentic Allyship workshop. That's cool. That's what I do. But how did I get to do that? So, lots of people talk about practicing self-love and self-care, which I am not about to down that. I'm just going to tell you what that meant to me. Because as a child of neglect, self-care is something that was just like in me, and meaning I don't think nobody else gonna care for me. Ooh, that's sweat dripping. Good job, Alexis. That nobody else is gonna care for me. That was the operating belief. Like if I don't take care of me, I'm gonna die. Well, really for me, is I'm gonna be hungry because it was food scarcity. Um, and then I guess ultimately die, or I'll be homeless. That's a whole listen. We ain't getting into them stories. But what happened though is growing up, that made me have to always think about me and my survival. And then I ain't even, I don't like to say it, but for a long time, I was very much in a victim state of mind, thinking that life was always happening to me. God didn't care about me. Nobody cared about me. Nobody, all these, I remember like these thoughts used to play on repeat so much so I didn't even notice them. Then I had that spiritual awakening, which I am so grateful for that because my old logical analytical self might not have never got there. That don't mean other people can't. You know how I know? Because they do, and I teach them what happened to me. But self love for me was becoming a self that I actually loved. It like caring for myself. Yes, I'm gonna do it, but it ain't really pampering if you got to do it yourself, right? So like, yeah, I do my nails and they be cute when I do them, and then sometimes I don't. They just be natural. But it does that just feel like a task. It don't feel like ooh I'm getting pampered or nothing like that. It feel like if I got to do it, that shit is not pampering. But what made me become a self that I loved was actually following my moonbeam. But I started volunteering in prisons, right? To help restore my community because mass incarceration is eating up my black brothers left and right. And what I could do was go give of my time and my service. I was an adult literacy teacher for 3 years and I was known as a positivity bully. We started every day with a motivational message and the motivational messages motivated me. But I was heavily meditating. I found the Unity Church because as y'all can tell, I'm not like, I don't believe in sin. Um, Everything come from God. So why I'm gonna say anything that God made is bad. It could be not beneficial for the goal at hand though. There is a distinction. And I started being involved actively at my church. But I didn't do these things to try to make myself a better person. That's the part that I want to be very clear. My moonbeam would be like, hey, you should do this in the way that it talks to me. And I was like, all right, I'll try it. And guess what? I actually really enjoyed doing these things. And I didn't pay attention to what it did for my character because I was just enjoying the healing breakthroughs that I got during the time. It wasn't until other people started to notice my character that I was like, oh, well, damn, I'm a whole ass do gooder. And then that made me say, oh, well, I can't be like myself in my ratchet professional ways or the former thotty things that I used to enjoy bringing out of people or enjoy partaking in myself. I can't do because, I got to be this do gooder. And that wasn't true. That's not true. You know how I know? Because my whole playlist is full of twerk it up. Um, the parties I want to throw are for ratchet professional. Why we can't twerk and care about public policy? That's just what I want to like. You know how I know you can? Because I do. Okay. And existence is enough for it to be true. So I don't know if that all made sense. I'm all pumped up on these endorphins and self love from having become a physical self. I'm becoming a physical self I love. Not that I don't love my curves the way they are, but I also realized, like, so if I got a mind, body, soul, spirit, and I ain't taking care of my body, who not really doing right by the gifts they was given? This person. Um, so I'm working out to try to like give some care to my body. I'm not really doing it to make changes. I'm not doing it because I need some kind of physical aesthetic. I'm just a more productive version of myself when I'm working out. So that's what made me start. But that's a part of being a self that I love too. So it's like it's not necessarily changing my standards for what deserves love, although everything deserves love if it exists. It is becoming the kind of self that I love based on my standards. So that then when it's time to love on me, guess who finds it valid? I do. My mind is not spent with thoughts saying, you not good at all the shit. Like we live in an oppressive society. If I'm to a lot of things for a lot of people. And so if I was worried about if I didn't become a self that I love, that I respected, I have high integrity. I give of my time. I encourage and motivate people. I help people become their more authentic version of themselves. I'm for the people by going into prisons. I'm for the people by giving discounted rates as long as my course fills up to BIPOC people. And sometimes even without it, right? Like I got we do sponsorships and scholarships and all that good stuff here at Ask Alexis because frankly, I'm in service to my life mission. I just like to make money at the same time. But I do. Oh, I'm when I have feelings, guess who feelings they are? My feelings. You know how I know they my feelings? Because they happen in my motherfucking body. Now, what I do with them feelings is a whole nother story. Because event plus reaction equal outcome. But my feelings happen in my body. So when I gotta decide what my intention is before I react. But that took a lot of years of practice. Um, so being this kind, like doing all this work, transforming myself into someone that I could love, made self-love very easy. Or I'm sorry, makes it very easy because you know who's in love with who? I'm in love with me. Why? I deserve it. And I deserve it by my standards. Nobody else got to tell me that I'm in love with me. Nobody else. I'm in love with me because I like what the fuck I do, who the fuck I am, and what the fuck I stand for. Share, future, or bust. Allyship is for me. If it ain't for you, talk to me a little bit more. I probably could get you there. But if not, then we just go our separate ways. I ain't got to do shit to you just because I don't like you. Just like you ain't got to do shit to me just because you don't like me. I might steal your girl. I might steal your guy. But I say this, I'm not stealing them. They would choose me. And we always had a power of our choice in every situation. So you could then, instead of being mad, just choose to come along too. Because we go into this shared future, no matter what, with or without you. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. You have a wonderful day. And do something with your body. I don't care if you just turn on a song and shake your booty. If you turn on a song and think about shaking your booty, that's a start. Because I did that shit for years before I actually got up and did it. All right, now. I'll see y'all tomorrow.